Hey, I got a random little tidbit for you that I talk to my people in my chair all the time about. So many times when people are told that they are gluten intolerant or they have gluten issues, what it actually is a glyphosate issue. Meaning, our crops, grain crops in the United States are surface sprayed with glyphosate before harvest, whatever. It's one of those things that they claim it's inert, it doesn't go into our food, it's no big deal, da 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 da. But they're showing study after study after study after study is showing that this shit is showing up in our foods in massive amounts. The wheat, the corn, the oats, lots of the beans, peanuts, all of this stuff. They're surface spraying it with fucking glyphosate. And well, guess what? Glyphosate is Roundup. It's chemical. It's poison, right? It's a poison. It kills things. So what's that going to do to you when it's in your little, in the bread? It's in your corn chips. It's in your morning bowl of fucking oatmeal. It is making us sick. So again, get outside of that and your body can function. So here's something that I tried. I figured out back in like 2014 that yeast was a major issue for me. Like I had candida issues. I could not eat pizza. I could not drink beer. I could not eat bread. It made me so fucking sick. Okay. And so my thing was yeast, which made me get rid of gluten, flour, all that stuff as a byproduct, right? Because there's really not any saltines. I mean, very limited, okay? So in doing that, felt a ton better. I was always sick at my stomach. I was always nauseous. I was always like bloated and diarrhea. I just horrible digestive issues, always. Got rid of that, started doing like fruit smoothies in the morning for breakfast instead of waffles and this and whatever, toast. And then eventually when I would start eating things with bread, wheat again, I was feeling like it was just kind of ick. So I was like, okay. So I have always baked. I'm a baker kind of girl. I have a carrot cake that will knock your fucking socks off. I got a marriage proposal after somebody tried my carrot cake once. So I started buying flour from Italy just to see the difference in how, one, if I could bake the same with it, two, if I could see a difference in the way I felt after eating it. Because even using just regular flour to bake my cakes, I could tell that it was just still kind of had an ick factor. So I started buying Italian flour, and I was like, yes, that's fucking awesome. And then my little brain was percolating, and I'm like, I wonder if there's something with the yeast that we use in the United States, kind of like the flour, yes, that's a glyphosate, that's a chemical thing, but what if we're using some sort of fungicide, something, herbicide, something on these, or maybe it's just a different strain of yeast. I don't know. I fucking don't know about yeast. What do I know? I know you go to the grocery store and you buy a little tub and there it is. Or little packets. You can buy it in packets. Or the rapid rise and then there's regular and whatever. I know a couple of variables to it, but I don't know about like the fucking Latin name of the variants of Anyway. So I thought, let me try some Italian yeast and see how that does with my system. And I had probably, 3 months, 4 months before done my little every once in a while test of beer and pizza. That, God, I miss this stuff, but it kills me for 2 weeks afterwards. And it still did about, 4 or 5 months before. And then last summer, my daughter, I used to make a deep dish Chicago style pizza, Pizzeria Uno Chicago style pizza. And my daughter wanted one of those for her birthday. And so I was like, all right, cool. Perfect test for my Italian yeast theory. Italian pasta, Italian flour to make the dough, and then we used the Italian yeast. And guess what? This girl had 0 issues.
My
0.
goodness.
None at all. Italian flour,
yeah.
Italian yeast,
It's
and
fucking
I ate
perfect.
pizza
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
with no issues.
So excited for this
Colleen
pizza.
happy. Now, anybody who's ever made homemade pizza like that knows it's kind of a, you've got a day's worth of investment into it. So it's not like we eat pizza all the time anymore. But my son was like, oh my God, that's the best pizza I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Pasta is the same way. You can buy pasta. I love buying, I will buy Italian pasta or French, just, something outside of the continental US. But like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Tuesday morning, they always have like that little area of foods and stuff. They'll have pastas and stuff from out of country. So if you have a gluten intolerance and you want to just test it. Of course, it's going to be one of those things you're going to want to make sure that you got in the next couple of days that you can recover if need be, if you really are gluten intolerant. But if you want to test the theory of, am I glyphosate intolerant instead of gluten intolerant, try some Italian pasta, French pasta, something like that. I had one lady who was so fucking excited to be able to serve her husband spaghetti again because my little wee machine said, you're not allergic to this pasta. So, anyway, all right. That was just a little, throw it out there. All right, let's